Good morning. Um, it is January 4th of 2022. It has been a while since I have made a video. Um, I've had a very disruptive December. Had COVID in my house and basically had to leave and go and stay somewhere else for a couple weeks. And I stayed in a hotel for a couple days. And then at the end of that, I actually got COVID. And for a week and a half, I was out, just a sore throat and whatnot. Um, but nevertheless, it was just a crazy, just not being in my house, not being in my normal routine in the mornings, and trying to maintain, my walk, and my um, it's actually, to me, it was really good because it just showed, it gives me a desire. It took me out of my habitual routine, which can sometimes become monotonous, and not that it is monotonous at all, but really it's just um, stirring things up, and really just showing where my intentions are and what's priority. And God is. He's birthed this desire in me to seek him and chase after him, which is not something I could produce or not something I could do without him calling me. And so I'm just grateful for this desire that he's giving me to seek him. I'm grateful for um, this new year and the things that he's put on my heart, and trying to just work them out and trying to walk this walk, and you know feeling free in it, going through this process. So this morning was, I got this, I got, I don't know if you can see it. um Wish at some point I'll get to, it's like a study of walking in the spirit. And so today's lessons was in Galatians, and it was talking about the three of the there's a bunch of works of the flesh, but it was the last three: selfish ambition, dissension, and heresy. I'm going through this process of, you know, God convicting me of Christmas and all of the tradition and the pagan holiday. And it just, like, when you study it, you see all of the crap in it, and how it is, really Christmas stems from a Catholic Christ Mass. And it's all, there's just a bunch of not so great stuff in there that definitely is showing me that it is a tradition of man and not of God. And especially when you start looking to the Hebrew roots and the Judea, the Jews, they don't believe in celebrating the birth of anything, and they there's a lot of stuff there that I'm going into this, and that's where it came into this whole dissension and heresy. And because dissension is division. That's where we got all the denominations, is your opinion splitting you up between the thing. And so God was convicting me of this and just showing me, like, what is your, making sure that my intention is not to be divisive. That my intention is to be obedient to God and what he's calling me, and to be, aware and studied, like, and to know that this is being, um, I'm being led by God, and not to try and split up and make people follow me or any of that. To just walk this walk in love and in relationship with God. And really, it's a process. Like, it's a completely different way of living life than I've ever lived before. Um, because I've always, in my whole life, I've always tried to, I would learn something, and then I would try to teach everybody else, or try to get them to understand what I just learned as if I knew something more. And now it's sort of like God's revealing things. He's teaching me stuff. He's leading more down a messianic path, which is more deeply rooted in, because Jesus and God, the Jews are the chosen, and we are adopted into this family. And so um, there's a lot of there's a lot of insight that comes from looking at it from a Jewish perspective, as he is the Messiah that came for the Jews, and but he additionally added the Gentiles, us who are Gentiles, and we are adopted into this family of God, and so we should know the roots of this, and it's kind of like we created our own little Christianity off to the side and forgot about the roots of our faith. And so I'm just diving deep, trying to understand and have a relationship with God in the most, um, putting in the time and trying to, and it's not even that, it's more so like I'm not doing it. God is leading me into it, and he's opening my eyes and softening my heart and creating this desire, this hunger, um, which is pretty awesome. So I was in, so in my daily reading though, it also came up. This is where that scripture I posted, and Paul is in um, talking to Corinth, the church of Corinth in First Corinthians, and he's speaking to the division. He's speaking to, the issues of they're saying that I'm from Paul, I'm from Apollos, and the division that was coming from who baptized who, blah blah blah, all that. Um, and it just really stuck out to me as Paul was talking about. He's really saying, it's not about um, who you're following. If it's this guy or this guy plants the seed, this guy waters it, but God is what gives the growth, and it is God who is the one to be worshipped and the one to be praised and the one to be follower of. And I just loved how, at first it was more of it wasn't really about the teaching part, because this is kind of turning into teaching, but um, at first it was just a witness and a testimony, me screaming shouting on the rooftop what Christ is doing in my life. And now it's turning into a, kind of, I don't know what it is. It's all in God's hands. I just want to make sure that if it does turn into teaching, that I'm staying biblically founded, and that I'm not being heretical or causing division, that I am leading people to know Christ in a deeper way. But sorry, I'm jumping over a little bit. It's been a while since I've done a video. So this stuck out to me. It says each one's, so this is talking about um, in verse 11, go back. For now, no other foundation can anyone lay than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Paul laid that foundation. That's what he's talking about. He is the master builder in verse 10. Master builder, I have laid the foundation. Paul has laid the foundation. Right. And now in verse 12, now if anyone builds on this foundation with gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, straw, each one's work will become clear, for the day will declare it, because it will be revealed by fire, and the fire will test each one's work and what sort it is. And it says, if anyone's work which he has built on it endures, he will receive a reward. If anyone's work is burned, he will suffer loss, but he himself will be saved, yet so as through fire. And I was just, at first, I was thinking about salvation and just our life and building on a foundation personally in our relationship with God, building our house on a firm foundation. I think there's multi ways to look at this, and I was reading some commentaries on it, and most of them are talking about in context with what he's talking about, and that's um, teachings and doctrines. And he built the foundation, and then we build on top of that. Right, we read this stuff, and then we build on top of that our thoughts, our opinions, our interpretations of this word, and we take it and we move forward with it. And so it's encouraging. At first it was really encouraging, even though, because it's not a salvational thing. It to me, it looked like I interpreted this as not a salvational thing, is that we'll be saved, but if we teach people separate than what is the foundation, if we build with straw, wood, and hay, that we will be there will be a burning process. We'll be saved, but we will not, but I would rather build with gold, silver, and precious stone. I would rather learn how to build on top of this foundation with the gold, silver, and precious stone so that I can receive a reward when I get to heaven. Because I don't know about you, but I call it stacking chips in my 401k in heaven because, I don't have a 401k here on earth. I've stopped investing fully in this plan on earth and the future of this because I am looking for the hope and, take that for what it is. I mean, there's God's taking care of my tomorrow, and I'm blessed. And obviously, I'm not being stupid about it, but, um, and there's things we got to take care of. But, in reality, I'm not investing in a 401k and a future in this world. I'm trying to invest in a reward in heaven because honestly, I'd like to. This is a very short time here on earth. I would like to have invested in my future in eternity. We're given a short time here to put in some work to invest in where we'll be or what the reward will be. Who knows what it'll be? But I would like to think when I get there, I'd be like, man, you know, good and faithful, well done servant. I'm not going to be perfect. I've lived a life that's not perfect, and I don't know what the outcome is. I don't know how it all works out, but I'm excited that I'm on the right path now because not because of my own finding it. God called me. He softened my heart and he opened my eyes and he chose me to have mercy on me. And I am just grateful to be called and I am trying to be obedient to that calling. And so, um, back into doing videos. I don't know how this will go. That was the topic today. It was, you know, um, God leads it. I'm just trying to be obedient and follow and surrender. So, God bless. Happy New Year.